We are going to take the first 2 weeks. Now I'm introducing business data analytics. Business data analytics. We are the crazy ninjas. We are the ones in the market who control majority of the students in the market. Like last semester, we had about 600. Yeah, 60 students doing video with us in the early morning, the 5. We had about 360 doing, in this case here, video with us in the evening, and about 200 who are simply watching or rather following us through videos. And the performance was very good. Even the students who are here, who unfortunately were caught up, few of them, they can bear witness with us at the performance from what they're able to see in the group. It was exceptionally good. Right? So what made those students pass very well, you'll be surprised it was not even really the teachers. Ourselves, in this case, we shall be able to set the ball rolling. When we set the ball rolling, you'll be able to see some students who will come on board and then they take over the entire thing through effective discussion groups. So like now, if it is evening students, some of them will be doing their discussion engagements here early morning. Those students were waking up at 4 a.m. without a teacher, all right? And they were able to roll the ball pretty fast to the extent that they were able to do what to score. Early morning students, 5 a.m. students, will be able to give them a link as well. And we expect them, ladies and gentlemen, to start, in this case here, also discussing. PDA, unlike other papers, discussion is the key. Because it's a paper of what here? It's a practical paper. It must be about you. If you don't take out of time to discuss and do these things on your own, however good teachers you have, you'll not be able to finish your exam questions. We shall overcome this. We shall overcome. So in this case here, we are going to do our game. We are the coaches here. We shall be able to play the game very well, but also making sure that the ball is able to move forward. And then, of course, you get to win the Champions League. You guys have got a role to play. We must work, in this case, in tandem, side by side. We are doing like this. And then we have, in this case, you guys as well, discussing. And I expect to get volunteer teachers from you to lead our discussion what here groups, our discussion groups. Now, so we have the key papers that we need to know. We need to appreciate all of us. Before we even introduce what BDA is, we have, in this case here, financial management, stroke advanced financial management. We have here management accounting, stroke what here, advanced management accounting. We have auditing and assurance. We have, in this case here, advanced what here, taxation. All right, advanced taxation. Of course, we have other disciplines we shall be looking at later on as we progress. But today, I'm privileged here to be the one taking you for the next 2 weeks through this financial management and advanced financial management. Are you guys having a problem with my volume? Are you guys having a problem with my volume, or am I really loud? Great, you can see loud and clear. Loud and clear. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How many students do we have now? How many students do we have now? Let me check here whether you guys have done your work very well. 186 is a very, very good number. Thank you very much. Very good number. So then what I would want us to study, I hope you've been able to write like this. Of course, we had started doing, some of you had started doing this, but I'm assuming that today is our very first session for all of us. So if you had started doing this, then I expect you to write this at the back of your books. There are notes you'll be writing a little bit, and there are things you'll be doing in Excel. Oh, somebody else is saying that the volume is too low. I don't know why. And I can see my signal is very clear here. My signal is very clear. My signal is really clear. So the very first thing that your examiner wants us to discuss is what we call discounting. Discounting is the same as present valuation. Present valuation. Present valuation. So under discounting, what are we supposed to know under discounting? That we have 2 types of cash flows. 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 Number one, we have irregular cash flows. Number two, we have the regular cash flows. So number one, we have irregular cash flows. Number two, we have regular cash flows. Thank you very much, Paul Macau. Paul Macau passed. Thank you very much for joining us. So we have irregular cash flows, and then we have regular cash flows. So how am I doing this? I will be able to show you how to discount here. And then we have a student on the other side of the coin who will be able to share his screen, Excel screen, and do for us. In this case, of course, under my guidance now, he'll be able to show you how do we do this in Excel. So I'm going to play today the Frederick Wekesa is raising his hand. I don't know why. Is there a problem? I don't know. Frederick Wekesa, is there a problem? Just a minute. I can see guys raising up their hands. Yes, Frederick, I hope I'll be able to hear you. Is it possible you type? Or by mistake? Okay, right. Thank you. So your boardroom, or rather your board teacher, I'm writing on the board, but somebody will be able to do this in Excel. And we're going to coordinate very well. Oh, no, we are just pick up. Hawezi akafanya huyu bado tupatie wiki mbili. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember, to discount irregular cash flows, we normally use what we call PVIF. To discount irregular cash flows, we normally use PVIF. To discount these regular cash flows that we also call annuities or uniform cash flows, we always use what we call PVFA, present value, interest factor of an annuity. Now, my good students, what I just want you to remember are the formulas. How do we get PVIF? If you can recall from your financial management, from your advanced financial management, to get PVIF, we normally take 1 plus R raised to negative n. 1 plus R raised to negative n, that will be the formula for us to use to get what we call PVIF, present value interest factor. Present value interest factor, you must write that in full. Present value interest factor. And remember, PVIF is for irregular cash flows. Example. So example, ladies and gentlemen, if, for example, you are given, for example, year, you are given year 1, 2, 3, and then, ladies and gentlemen, they happen to give us, in this case here, the cash flows. The cash flows. So cash flows, in this case here, we have, for example, year 1, you get 10, year 2, you get 15, year 3, you get 18. And then these guys have given you the cost of capital as 10%. These guys have given you the cost of capital as 10%. As 10%. Cost of capital is 10%. Cost of capital is 10%. In this particular case, the initial outlay is 0. Let's assume it's a devil's kind of business where you're not investing anything, but you're getting what are these cash flows like this. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you are only required to give us the total present value. You are required to give us the total present value. Once you finish writing this example down, can you kindly put your thumbs up like this? Once you finish writing this example, putting this example down, can you kindly put up your thumbs like this? A small example. COC is cost of capital. Thank you so much. Now, even before I show you how this is normally done, do we have any great ninja here who is able to remember what we are doing? Do we have any great ninja that can remember? Yes. Unfortunately, there are students who did a long time ago. We have to remind them. Here, I shall make an assumption that you know nothing. And even the nothing that you know it wrongly. You know it wrongly. I think that's a very good assumption. But you know nothing. And even the nothing that you know. So because these cash flows are fluctuating, they are irregular. So I must come and create a column here of PVIF. And the PVIF is 1 plus R raised to what here? Raised to negative n. PVIF is 1 plus R raised to negative n. So you see, this cost of capital is the required return. This cost of capital is the required return. So this is our R. So, and you see 10% is the same as 0.1. 10% is the same as 0.1. So then abracadabra, we shall come and say here 1 plus R. So R is 0.1. Raised to negative n is the time. Time here, the first year. So we raise this to 1. This will be 1 plus 0.1. I'm following this formula, raised to negative 2. This will be 1 plus 0.1 raised to negative 3. Every student should be able first to do these raise-ups using a calculator. I want you to use a calculator before I show you how to use Excel. Every student should be able to remember how to do this using a calculator. In your calculator, I hope you guys can see where we have raised to. In your calculator, you should be able to see where we have raised to, like this. There's a button called, or in some calculators, x raised to y, whichever. So you punch there, 1.1 raised to negative 1, and everybody must participate. In BDA, you know, some of you passed AFM by just good luck. Why? Because you are backbenchers. You're not answering questions. But I can guarantee you, in BDA, if you take a backbench position where you're waiting for figures to be given to you, you shall fail. Here, everybody must give us answers. Everybody must be like what Hilda was doing in those AFMs. Hilda was a top ninja. So please go ahead and raise this to negative 2. And whenever you have a question, please ask. Again, don't shy away from asking. 82, 64, 0.82, 64, 0.82, 64. And then we have in this case here, this raised to negative 3, this raised to negative 3, which will end up giving me what figure, the third one? 0.7513, 0.7513. And then, ladies and gentlemen, once you get this, you should be able to come and create a column where we have the discounted cash flows. You should be able to come and create a column and give us discounted cash flows. Discounted cash flows. For any inquiries, you should be able to call this number. So discounted cash flows, what do we have here? You are taking our usual cash flows, multiplying them with our PV. So you take this, you multiply this with our PV, and then you give me an answer. You give me an answer. You give me an answer. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. The first one is very easy. The cash flow is 10. Multiplied by this will end up giving me 9.091. Then we have 15. 15 multiplied by this gives me what figure? 15 multiplied by this gives me 12.396. 12.396. 12.396. And then we have here 18 times 0.7513. 18 times 0.7513. We have 13.524. 13.524. So remember, this DCF stands for discounted cash flows. This stands for discounted cash flows. This stands for discounted cash flows. Once cash flows are discounted, now you can go ahead and add them up. So please go ahead and add this up. Give me the total discounted cash flows. 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 So according to CPA Isaac, CPA Omo, Josephat, we are getting 35.011. 35.0, let me just put it to 3 decimal places. 35.01011. I don't know, 11 like that. All right. Now I want us to go to the next phase of this, where we now solve this using your Excel. Using your Excel. Do we have our machines open? Do we have our machines open? Do we have our laptops open? All right. That's beautiful. And I hope now you have your workbooks open. And if you have your workbooks open, I simply want you to copy this. I simply want you to copy this question up to here. Oh, I don't know whether I've rubbed very fast. I think I've done a mistake there to rub very fast. So please, whenever you feel that I'm moving very fast, don't shy away from telling me, ninja, 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 that speed is very high. Then I'll be able to slow down. But I just want you to copy down this example. So you write here, so 1, 2, 3, and then you write cash flows, 10, 15, 18, 10, 15, 18. And then you write cost of capital. So this cost of capital, when you're writing it, don't say cost of capital is 10%, you ninja. No, you have your 2 Excel cells. One cell, you write Coke. The other cell, you go to the other cell and write what year? 10%. 10%. You can't write many things in one cell because you'd want this to apply this. You'd want to apply this 10% in isolation. So once you are able to write this on your Excel sheet, can you kindly put your thumbs up like this, put your thumbs up like this, put your thumbs up like this, put your thumbs up like this. And as I wait for them to copy, I would want this time around, we are now dominating the market in terms of what year? CPA. Now it's not even about competition, now it's dominance. Dominance means we should take 80% of the market. So I would want to welcome all of you to join us here for BDA. To join us, call us. You call 0793 555 000. So they have been able to do that. Now, in this case here, let me get a student. Then on the other side of the coin, and this student is joining us. I mean, the beautiful thing with these online classes, I'm able to get people from all over. So this student is joining in from Mombasa, and they will be able to share his screen very well. So I hope my student is able to hear Mwalimu from wherever they are, and they will be able to now share their screen with us. Great. Great. So please maximize very well. So you can see this Ninja has 3 columns there, or rather 2 columns. We have the year, we have the amount there, and we have Coke. So I simply want him to give me the present value, because now we are not going to create that column at all. We're not going to create the column of PVs. We simply want net present value under Coke. Under Coke, if you don't mind. Under Coke, are you able to give me under Coke? You simply write there net present value. Let's escape. We write the net present value, assuming the cost of, or rather the initial outlay is 0. So I want to get net present value. Yes. So in this case, you start straight away. Get straight away to say equals, because now you want to put a function there. You say equals. So once you say equals, we want to look for the NPV functionality. So you say NPV equals NPV. Equals NPV. Are you able to see it there? Oh, yes. And then it is giving you the narratives. Hata mimi nikiwa ni mjinga kiasi gani nitafuata hii. Because nikishaandika NPV, down there nipatia the narratives. Niambia, hey, pick the rate. So please, my colleague, pick the rate there. Alafu nakwambia weka comma. From there now, it wants you to pick the values. It wants you to pick the values now. So the values you can see there, they are 10, 15. You simply highlight all of them. And then you close brackets. You close brackets. You close brackets. You close brackets. Are you able to say, okay, enter? Are you able to say enter now? Yeah. So you can imagine we got that figure of 35. Don't remove the dollars. It's okay. Don't remove the dollars. So let's repeat again. Let's repeat again. So at times I move fast for you guys to see the end result. For you guys to see the end result, and then I repeat. So the first thing, have you been able to copy that table of year and amount? Have you been able to copy the table of year and amount? That is the first thing that I should have asked. Have you copied that table? Because if you haven't copied, you'll again say, I'm very fast. Have you copied the table? Yes. Then please delete that NPV. Delete the NPV that's 5.01. I'm talking, So every student, ensure that you have written that NPV on top there. And ensure that you have written NPV. Of course, on the cost of capital 0.1, then ensure that you have written NPV. And remember now, we must, in this case, here, activate. We are activating the cell by saying equals. You start by saying equals. What function are we using? It's called net present value. So you say net present value. Net present value. So just a moment. Is there somebody who has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached? Is there somebody who has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached? Great. Great. Now we are together there. And you're seeing in this case, this thing is giving you what it wants you to pick. So like now, Jemtai is saying no. Jemtai, it means you have not really copied the table. You're not copying the table. All right. So then I'll finish in this case here with the guys who we are together here, and then I'll be able to come back and pick the guys who are yet copying the table. So you can see NPV, it has what we call parentheses. Inside there, we have rates. Are you able to pick the rate? What is the cost of capital? The cost of capital, you can see it is there 10%. So you pick it there. After rate, they want you to say comma there, comma. And then we have values 1, values 2, values 3, which are your cash flows, which are your amount. You simply highlight the 3 figures. You highlight the 3 figures. And that is the end of the parentheses. You simply close your brackets like that, and then you say enter. Are you able to decrease the decimal places? Are you able to decrease the decimal places? 35.01. Highlight the 35.01. Yeah. And then now you decrease. You can see there under home. You can increase the decimal places. Yeah. Yeah. Just increase them to 3. Lower them to 3. Lower them to 3. Because I would want us to get the same answer like the one that we got. Now, as I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, 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 do we have any student who has been able to get that 35.011? Don't worry about the dollars. I'll be able to know to show you how to remove them. Is there somebody who has been able to get that? Right. Right. All right. So let's repeat this now for the very last time. For the very last time. For the very last time. So I don't know whether you could, somebody has mentioned there, are you able to rub that cork? Just rub the whole of that from row 6. From row 6 downwards, rub everything there. From row 6, rub everything there. Including the NPVs. Just go. That is the C. I want you to move that cork and the 0.1 and NPV. Yeah. So let's write. So I want everybody to write year and amount. Please write like that, year and amount. Write that. The table like that gentleman is displaying there. Write like that. And then go down there. And in this particular case, in this case, it's B5. Under B5 or B6, under B6. In cells B6, write cork. Cork for cost of capital. And then we have in this case here, under B, under C6, write 10%. You don't have to put it like this. You can just put it like 10% if you wish, or 0.1, doesn't matter. Right? So like 10%, that's still okay. So click outside. So then we want you to now go down there and write NPV. Write NPV. All right. So then I would want you to go to D8 there. So I want you now to get that NPV. How do we get this NPV? Number one, we must start by activating the cell. How do we activate the cell? By saying equals. By saying equals. Equals, all right. NPV function. Because the functions are very many. So you say equals NPV. So you can see NPV is there. So you double click that blue thing. Double click it. And then you can see now the rate. That is the rate of interest, the cost of capital. So the rate, you pick that 10%. You go 10% cell, you pick it. And then you say comma. You say comma. Then we have here value 1. So the values, you should be able to know how to highlight those values. How to highlight those values, you highlight them. And then you close brackets. Then, ladies and gentlemen, you will be able to say enter. Once you say enter, you should be able to get that 35.011. So now, are we comfortable with that? Are we comfortable with that? Are we comfortable with that? Are we comfortable now, all of us, with that? That is net present value. Net present value. Please feel free to ask as many questions as possible. Feel free to ask as many questions as possible. I don't see anybody asking any question now. Thank you. Now then, allow me to take this thing to a notch higher. Now, this time round, I would want to get a student from Muranga. A student from Muranga now will be able to share their screen. Now, I want a student, if you are here and you're coming from Muranga, now tumewapikia watu wa Muranga. Wacha tuone kama Muranga wako juu ama chini. Sasa, hii itakuwa ni watu wa Muranga sasa. Hii ni ya watu wa Muranga. Tuone ni wapi watu strong. Tuone ni wapi watu strong. Sasa, umepatiwa hapa year. Umepatiwa year. So from here, we are going to the past paper direct. Don't share for the sake, before I tell you to share, please don't share. Before I tell you to share, please don't share because You're blocking my board. You're blocking my board. Before I tell you to share, please never share. You're blocking my board. So we have here 0, 1, 2, 3. All right. And then we have now our cash flows. We have our cash flows. So year 0, we are going to incur a cost, -10. Then year 1, we get fruits, 8. Year 2, we get something, 7. Year 3, we get something, ladies and gentlemen, which in this case here could be 12. Like that. So the initial investment is 10. You're getting 8, 7, and 12. And then the cost of capital, you're putting this in different cells. The cost of capital, this time around, I would want us to work with 7%. So I would want you to write this. If you're coming from Murang'a, after you've written this, come here and they give us the net present value. Net present value. Of course, for your case, you'll not be able to put this in brackets. I'll be able to show you that later. What you're supposed to know is that whenever you see a figure in bracket, it's supposed to be negative. You simply write this as -10. You don't have to put it in brackets. Later on, we shall be doing this formatting. You'll be able to see. So this is -10. 8, 7, 12. So, and then we have cost of capital this time around is 7%. And then we have NPV. So is there anybody in this case here who is coming from Mulima? Watu wa Mulima, wako hapa kulema wako. Kama uko hapa na unataka kushare screen, niambie kwanza nijue kama ni wa Mulima. Leo tuko na competition kali, tena ya pesa. Kama ni wa Mulima, nataka kujua kama ni wa Mulima. Mimi ni mzee na segmento na funzi, hakuna ukabila nifanya. All right. Joyce, I don't know Joyce, but Joyce from Malindi, great. We shall be able to see Malindi people. I love Malindi. Good weather. I mean, ni hot, lakini hakuna mambo mbaya huko. Malindi mzuri. Akipita BDA, I see this nigger giving me a chance, in this case here, to go to Malindi and of course enjoy myself there. Great. So Joyce, are you able to share your screen? Ngong Town. Great ninja. Joyce, then share your screen. Joyce, share your screen. Share your screen. All right. So there we are. So now, ladies and gentlemen, Joyce has been able to write it down very well. So I simply want her to go anywhere in row 20 and give us NPV. In row 20, give us NPV. Give us NPV. Equals. You can see it there double click. The rate. Mulima ndio hiyo maneno sasa. Rate is 7%. And then now we have value 1. No, that is value 0. Wewe umeanza kuleta down Mulima. You see, it's very categorical. They want you to pick from value 1, not from value 0. Now close bracket. And then now you say plus. No. Go back to 23. Thank you very much. Yeah. Say plus, the number plus, shift, equals, plus the initial outlay, That's -10. Enter now. So you're getting 13.39, and because it's positive, you shall write what they are viable, isn't it? You shall write their viable. This is great. The project is viable because the NPV is positive. This is great. Ladies and gentlemen, please, this being the first session, I'm more than impressed. Please listen and listen to me very well. The first example, nobody's sharing their screen. The first example that we did, haikuwa na initial outlay. Remember, how do we normally get our NPV? To get net present value, we normally take total present value minus initial outlay. So here, this lady was able to get her total present value 23 point something. But you see, I can't say minus here, the initial outlay, and yet this figure itself is minus. So if I use minus here, I'll be talking of minus 10, which will end up being plus. Now for us, because the initial outlay will always be given as what here as a negative, I will come and always say 23 plus the initial outlay figure, which is what here, which is -10. Initial outlay figure, which is -10. Because you see, plus and minus will end up giving me minus. So that this will be 23 minus 10 like that, which gives us 13, So this ninja from Gong, the ninja from Gong, for purposes of repeating so the student can understand, are you able to share your screen? This ninja from Gong, Evelyn Obonyo, are you able to share your screen? And please don't fear when I choose you, you simply share your screen. After you can say, so what? We are here to assist you. The next ninja that will share their screen, please be ready. And you are quite unlucky, or rather lucky, because you will do a past paper question. You'll do a past paper question. If linear, moving slower, by now your screen should be up. We never changed bracket on it. We simply wrote -10. You simply say -10. Don't put, simply say -10. Great, Evelyn, thank you very much. Now the ball is yours. Let's see whether you will be able to throw the ball outside the goal. So equals. Or from Malindi, great. So equals the NPV for I. Rate, you can see the rate there, comma. Values 1 to value 3. All right. You have to remember to close bracket, don't forget. Now plus the initial outlay that you pick from there. And you skip something. Enter, let's see. I think it's Twitter screen. Because it doesn't have a problem. So, great. Thank you very much. So the correct answer is supposed to be 13.39. I'll show you how to change those dollars to Kenya or whether to whichever currency they'll ask you to do. But for now, the answer is 13.39. The only mark you will lose, even in your letdown a little bit to Ngong people, you never wrote. You know, the essence is to say that the project, whether the project is viable or not viable, whenever it's positive, as long as it's viable, I get 1 mark. 1 mark to us can make us see places that you've never seen before, being members of East Bank. Frederick Wekesa, I can see you're getting a wrong answer. Are you able to share your screen, Frederick Wekesa? Are you able to share your screen? Yeah, I can see in this case here, people are saying, I'm coming from Malindi. Please let's get to talk. Yeah, that's very good. Let's get to talk. If people are coming from the same region, please get to talk. But the last time when students tried something like that, I was called into some wedding. So you're also connecting people. I hope that shall never happen. No, don't worry with my jokes here. All right. Hey. You've shared so many things. I wish you'd know how to select them in the Excel that you want to share. You should be able to know how to select the Excel that you want to share. Otherwise, one day you share so many sensitive things. You just go to that screen, which has got the Excel sheet you want to share. Then you click that, you bring that into it. I hope you use 7% because that could be the mistake, maybe use 10%. But as he's preparing to share the screen, have we been able to get this concept now? Most of us. Have we been able to get this concept, ladies and gentlemen, now? Most of us. Yeah, Nancy has reminded me something very nice, that whenever you get anything correct, you need to dance. Here we shall be dancing a lot, even physically. I'll be able to show you guys that dancing, whenever you get something new, you dance. There's a dancing emoji there. Yeah, it's an aha moment. It's a hooray moment. Funga video. Funga video. Sasa nikifunga video utaona namna gani vile Joshua funga video. Aje sasa. Mimi kufunga video. Oh, Joshua Moturi, your video is on. You need to really, yeah, all our videos should be off. Yeah, then Frederick, if you're using your phone, really, you'll not be able to get the same. You know, phone, Excel phone is very unstable. Very unstable. It's still under beta. All right. So, then, gentlemen, if we are together, then allow me to take this thing to the next level. Can I take it to the next level? Can I take it to the next level? Can I do a past paper question? Thank you. Now, the other student of mine who is in Mombasa, are you able to get any past paper question talking about net present value, X net present value? You share the screen here. And then now, using that question, I should be able to task somebody from Luo Nyanza. Now I'm going straight away to Luo Nyanza. Luo Nyanza. Mwalimu, I'm from Kisii, and I can see even my teacher is in class. I mean, that's very helpful. Even your teacher is there to learn. That's very helpful. You ask me. If you ask me, that's very helpful. A place of real men, I don't know. I will be able to see shading. I'll be able to see whether I'll be able to get this. I like that. Shady, I'm pointing. I'm pointing towards your side to see whether you'll be able to get this correct, to see whether you are really real man. So I'm waiting for this student of mine from Mombasa, who is helping Mwalimu here today to share the screen. And if you haven't gotten a question from your past paper, you can always say no, and then I'll be able to know what to do here as you search for it. Dixon Nyakundi from Kisii. Great. The second example, Alex wants us to repeat the second example. So then what I would want somebody to do here, it is Shady, this example that we have just done. Are you able to share your screen again for the sake of this guy? Share your screen, we see these real men. And then as we progress, the students that I'll be able to give a lot of my presence will be those students who are able to format their answers in blue colors, yellow color, great colors. If you are good in formatting, you always pass. So please grab row number 7. Row number 7, I would want us to start from there, row number 7. Just delete the whole of it. There's a better way of deleting a row. You would have said control minus. Control minus. Just try that. Try on row 6, we see. Yeah, great. And then control minus. Deduct it. That is a perfect way. Somebody who knows Excel very well will be doing like that. Control, subtract a row, control, subtract a column. That is what we shall be doing. Now, I want you to write there COC of 7%. COC, 7%. Formatting is mandatory. Like last semester, the students that really were able to format their work very well, nobody failed. Yeah, like you can put borders, but I'll be able to show what are you maringo kwanza. I said, real man, real ninja. What are you maringo kwanza? So I want you to take us through how we're getting that NPV. How we are getting this NPV now. This example for the sake of Alex, who has asked us to repeat. So you see, we have to activate the cell by saying equals. Sorry, just a minute. Alex, have you been able, Alex, to write down that table? Have you written down that table, Alex? Either may answer. Yes. Sasa tuende polepole na wewe Alex. Sasa tuseme hapo equals. Leo ninja anasema equals hapo. Sema NPV. Haya, click, double click hiyo. Yeah. Sema double click. Alafu the rate. So the rate hapo ni 7%. Unaichukua hapo Alex. Kidogo nimuulize Alex. Alex, up to there, are we together? Alex, up to there. Great. So sasa hapo inakuambia sema comma. Then we have values 1 all the way to value 3. You don't start in this case here from value 0. You simply go and highlight those 3. And then now you close bracket Alex. So from there, then you'll be able to say plus. Remember the initial outlay is negative. You say plus that -10. And then you say enter. It is coming forward. It shouldn't scare you. That's okay. Just put your cursor there, go home. Put your cursor and then you go home. Yeah, you'll be able to see the percentage up there. You see percentage in the ribbon. We don't want that percentage. We want it to be a general number. No. Kwa hiyo kitu imeandikwa kwa percentage. Usitoe hata na tu hapo tu. Mali imeandikwa percentage. Uko juu tu kabisa kama imeandikwa hapo juu hiyo. Sasa hapo. Enda kwa hiyo drop down arrow, drop down. No. Umetoka hapo. Unaona kuna hapo, yes, that one. So put it general or just a number. Yeah. And then you should be able to know how to reduce now the decimals. So are you okay? Alex? Thank you very much also, Frederick, for confirming. Are we okay now there? I mean, when we are marking these things, I can tell you, yet somebody will get a percentage big thing, and I tell you a percentage. And you could change to general number. Great, thank you, Alex, has confirmed. Now, this student of mine, let me just confirm whether he has gotten something from the mimi nimejimute. Sorry, kwa nimejimute. Sorry. I hope now we are okay. Now we are okay. Sasa, this subject haiwezi kusema, ule jamaa anasema kitakuramba, haiwezi. I can assure you, BDA needs two things. You have to be very aggressive, and then you need to know how to make your schedules be smart. You should be able to be a smart person. Right. Thank you very much. Now, what will happen? You see, these cash flows assumes that they assume that all the cash flows are received at the end of the year. But in BDA, this is now normally what will happen. You will get a situation where the examiner will give you something like this. He'll give you time. For example, we have 6th of January, 2023. We have in this case here, for example, 7th of January, 2024. We have, for example, 8th of June, 2024. So you can see, ladies and gentlemen, here. I mean, these are not end of year dates. Thank you very much, Joy. Thank you very much, Joy. These are not end of year dates. So whenever you're given dated cash flows with the exact dates, dated cash flows, we shall always, so for dated cash flows, we shall always use what we call XNPV. For dated cash flows, we shall always use what we call XNPV. Jemtai is saying what a hard time. Jemtai, is there a problem? Jemtai, shemeji yangu, Jemtai, is there a problem? You should not start panicking. You have just started very well. Lesson number 1, we are now going to hit a past paper. I don't think there is really a big problem. You should not panic. So long as you are following, and if there is a question, you simply ask, you shall overcome. Don't panic. It can't be a hard time. I really doubt. It can't be a hard time. So whenever you have dated cash flows, we shall always use what we call XNPV. Then how do we get XNPV? Now my student from Mombasa should be able to share past papers, which we shall be able to share with you at night. Once we finish this class, I'll be able to share with you these past papers. So now my student, in this case here from Mombasa, who is assisting Mwalimu here to do this thing, I would want you to put up your screen. We do one question which has got dated cash flows with various dates. And then we get XNPV. Life is good. I would really want Jemtai to tell me where the problem is, because I'll be able to assist you. I'm a great ninja. So you share this screen. So I would want to see him sharing the past paper. Or do you want to do, I don't know, okay, let me just give him the liberty of doing it. Please continue. Give him time. There is no pressure in this world, no hurry in Africa. Give him time. Okay. Now, these are different students who are shared here, which is quite sad, please. Please share when I only tell you to share. Share when I tell you to share. Right now, the student who is sharing is the student from Mombasa who has an example. And then I'll be able to give you now this other ninja a chance to also share your concepts with us. But before I appoint you to share, don't share. Don't share. Yeah. Now, see here. So this is which question? A question from which sitting? Please write it down. Which question is this? The past papers, I'll be able to give you the past papers. That is my goal. So this is December 2022. Question number 23. You are evaluating a 4-year-old project with an initial investment of 10 million on 1st January 2023 and the following cash flow characteristics. So we have here Sunday, January 1, 2023, 10 million negative. We have Friday, June. Wednesday, July. We have all the way up to Thursday, December 31st, 2026. And then they want me to calculate the normal NPV, XNPV of the project, and hence determine whether the project is what year is viable. So if I'm the one given this kind of a question, I will go to a particular row there. I can go to F13, write COC there, COC, cost of capital. And then G13, we can see the discount rate is given as 8%. It's given there. Thank you very much. So write 8%. And then are you able now to give me the XNPV? Because these are dated. They are dated cash flows. So write down the XNPV in F14. F14, write XNPV. Then you can see the rate. I like XNPV because after comma, you can see they simply want you to write the values. Just, okay, I'll be able to give you a chance here, values. So you copy all of them, values. You copy, because here they are not specifying like value 1, value 2. And then you say comma. Next, they want you to pick the dates. Are you seeing that? Next, they want you to pick the dates. And then I should go to close the entire thing. Here now there is nothing like adding the initial outlay. You close the entire thing, you say end. You can see the answer is coming there very well. He's increasing the decimals. I like this. XNPV. Now what we do is attach this, instead of them copying the table, attach this for them in the chart that they pick. Don't copy. I don't want you to get very tired. Just attach for them. This. Attach for them. Let him attach for you here, the past paper. Great. I can see this ninja from TC. I can see a catch Lily. Just joined. Where will the recorded version be sent? So, of course, we're going to send this, ladies and gentlemen, in our LMS, Learning Management System, which now I believe you guys are members. Now, these great ninjas that I've never taught before, do I have students who are saying immediately that we are going now to join this class? Do we have any student who has seen value? And the highlight is not a good question to be able to answer there. A good question, I'll be able to answer that. How do we get to highlight those things? I'll be able to answer that. The attached paper is coming here. Just give him a minute, Tracy. So the new students, Am I having some guys here who will be able to join in my class? Am I having some new guys here who will be able to join my class? Yeah, at least I've gotten one from Malindi, Gibson Maganga. Great. I'm getting, great. We need to start doing these things together from the word. Now, you can see this guy has attached the paper there. Here I am. Thank you very much. I'm new. Great. Great. Thank you very much. Then I can see I have followers here. I have followers here. Now, a REM has attached. A REM has attached. So somebody should be able to download this and then you share it in WhatsApp. Download and then you share in WhatsApp. Download and then you share in WhatsApp. Download and then you share on WhatsApp. Download and then you share on WhatsApp. Download and then you share on WhatsApp. So please remember, for the students who would want to join us, this is our inquiries number. It is 0793555000. There are students who are telling us that Mwalimu, you're charging 9,000 is too high. No. If you get colleges charging you 6,000, I'm so sure those guys are teaching this paper only class. Ask the mile, the miles you are going with this paper, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Again, you're paying, saying 20,000. So you can't go wrong. So is there any ninja who has been able to download it and send it to our WhatsApp group? We're charging 9,000 for BDA. 9,000 for BDA. So is there any ninja that has been able to download this and send it to our WhatsApp group? Yeah, it's fair. Thank you very much, CPA Omo. It's fair. Nathan, great. Yes. So then, please go to that question. Go to that question and get to share your screen. Get to share your screen. Before I answer this ninja, it's already shared. So now Irene, here, you Irene, are you able to share your screen here? This is a lady from Southern Sudan, very aggressively, very aggressively. Irene, here. Irene, are you able to share your screen here? Thank you very much. Great. So you see, already she has done to the end. But now, for the sake of showing other students who have not been able to get it, you can do it, from the beginning. You can go to cell F. Cell F14, you can get that figure fresh. F14, yeah, that one. So remember, these are dated cash flows. So you're using X and P, so you must say equals. Equals X and P. Is it a normal LPV? X and PV. And then you pick the rate. The rate is 8%. You say comma. You see, like now what this lady will do, she'll go, Job, listen to this. She'll go to that 10 million because they want all the values. She'll go to the 10 million negative. She clicks there. She clicks there. All right. You want to highlight all the values. So go to that 10 million and click there. Negative. But why are you starting from that one? No. For X and PV, you should always start from the beginning. Always. You don't estimate anything. So now from there, this lady is like dragging that class. All right. And then, of course, you're able to say comma there. If you have a mouse, there is a way you're able to highlight. So you say comma there. And then you go to the dates column, you highlight all the dates. The dates column, you highlight all the dates. Now you can close brackets. Now, and you can see she's saying it's viable, which is very good for her. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are things I would want to start knowing. How do we do this highlight? How do we do this highlight? There are things I would want you to start knowing. Like we have got three keys, which are very, very important here. We have here control shift. Yeah. We have here, in this case, you'll be able to see down here where we have control and shift. So we have here on your keyboard, control and shift somewhere here. These are two keys, control and shift. And then we have, in this case here on your keyboard, we have here the navigation keys. They're normally 4. We have this one going like that. Another one going down. Navigation keys, they're normally 4. Navigation keys are normally 4. So assuming in this case, you have got some numbers, 10, 20, 30, maybe 40. And then I would want to highlight these numbers. How do I do this? What I will do, I will come and click on this. I'll just come and click on this 10. I'll click here, and then you see your cursor being there. And once I click that, now to highlight this from the beginning to the end, what I'll do, I'll come and place my 2 fingers here. I'll place my 2 fingers here. Once I hold on to this down tightly, then I will knock this down arrow, all of us. So it's Shift Control, you knock on this. It will highlight all of them at once. Shift Control, you hit this. It highlights all of them like that. Is there anybody who has been able to practice that? All the students. Is there anybody who has been able to practice that? First of all, you start by clicking on this. First of all, you click the number you want to start from. And then you come and hit Shift Control, this arrow down. You go down like that. It takes all of them. I can't get as many yeses as I I can't get as many. So if, for example, there are, let's write another row. If, for example, they are arranged like this, we have 10, 20, 30, 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. And maybe, ladies and gentlemen, we have this thing, it doesn't matter. So, and you want to highlight this, that. So what you'll do, you will come and do what here. Click on this first. You click on this first. Once you click on that, and then now to highlight all of them at once, you don't start like scrolling. No, it's Control Shift. Now, because they are moving that way, you click once, it's up. It takes up the whole thing. It takes up the whole thing. There are things. It will work. It will work. Why can't it work? That one, every computer, unless you have a Mac. A Mac is the one that disturbs. And any student who has a MacBook, I always tell them to buy these normal computers. I always tell them to buy this normal computer. It should be able to work at G. It should be able to work. So long as you've got these numbers, and then make sure you click this first one. And ensure that this one is the one that is highlighted. And then you say Control Shift, and then you hit, it will work. It doesn't matter your Excel version, it will work. There are things I don't want to see my students doing as we do Excel. There are things. How to get the formulas. How to get the formulas. This one will come with practice. Will come with practice. With practice. With practice, you'll be able to. There are things I don't want to see my students do. You will get to imagine a whole VBA Ninja. A whole VBA Ninja. They have, like, for example, 30, 40, 60 in Excel. And then you tell them to sum. This is what many of them will do. They'll come and say equals sum. When they say equals sum, then they'll come and highlight these numbers. Don't you tell them values. They highlight all these numbers. Then they close brackets. Then they enter. Please, let's do this together. Let's do this together. This friend of mine in this case here from Mombasa. Are you able to share your screen and then you show them something here? You show them something here. You simply write there 30, 40, 60. 30, 40, 60. Then tell us in this case here, what are we getting there? 30, 40, 60. Thank you very much. I can see students that have taught here in the past. Yeah. So 30, 40, 60. Yeah. 30, 40, 60. 30, 40, 60. So we show them the traditional way. We show them the traditional way. Unasema equals summation. Equals sum. No, you haven't said something. Equals sum. Equals sum. And then now you highlight those number 1, number 2, number. You highlight like that. And then you say close brackets. Then you enter. That is a traditional method. The best method, if you can just drop your screen 1 minute, the best method that a straight thinking ninja will always use. They'll come, put their cursor here, click here, where you want your answer to be. And then you say Alt equals. If you look at your keypad, if you look at your keypad, you'll be able to see something near the windows called Alt, somewhere near the windows called Alt. And then we have in this case here somewhere here where we have backspace, where we have the plus, you'll be able to see equals. So simply say Alt and then equals. Takes up the entire thing and then enter. You have enter somewhere here. You get that answer directly. Are there students who are able to learn that today, but they have never learned that? Yeah, please show again. Show there. So we have our M. So in this case, you will see, you'll say straight away there, Alt equals. It picks and then enter. it speaks and then enter. It speaks and then enter. I was very happy the other day. Somebody went to an interview, and then the interviewer, who was also my student, told me that I've been able to see, it was at Don Bosco. Somebody was able to tell me that I'm able to see your students. Kamuuliza kivipi? Atalima vile anafanya tu Excel akajua huyu ni mwanafunzi wa Dr. Auro. Nikasikia mzee, na ni kweli kuuliza baadaye alikuwa mwana. So spike mwanafunzi anaanza kusema equals hata for example, there are things you're supposed to know. For example, when you go and start saying equals something, you see, before it says equals, when you say equals, when you start typing here, itakuletea hapa sum, itakuletea sum if, itakuletea sum if, vitu mingi mingi. And then, for example, this one on top is the one that is blue, is the one, and is the one that you want sum, is the one that you want sum, is the one that you want sum. And you realize that this thing is in blue. A fake ninja will double click. A fake ninja double clicks this to bring this here. But a strong ninja will know how to make use of the tab. Will know how to make use of the tab. We have the tab function. If you look at your keyboard, we have the tab function. There is a tab function. Some keyboards, it's written directly tab, button, tab. Some crazy keyboards, you will see in this case here, an arrow facing there and another arrow facing back. Arrow. This one is for tabbing. And I normally give students a very bad example here. You will get these young men. Young men are men below 35 years, especially between 30 and 35 years. Wako tabia mbaya. Ndio wameanza kuonja pesa kidogo. So jamaa akienda kwa club, akinunua bia, not bia but mzinga, wanasema mzinga kubwa namna hivi. Hiyo mzinga inaweza na wasichana na dance kweli kama wana ile tunaona kijana hajatosheka hiyo ameletewa kama amesifiwa sana because amenunua mzinga 20,000. Kidogo kijana na grupu yake wanaanza kuombea. Soma lismano, masmano kulebo, I don't know kama ni hizo kulebo. So utaona kitabu sio naomba maombi gani. So anytime you're looking at a function which comes in blue, never ever should you double click on it to take you to the cell. You shall always tab. You tab. So this student of mine in this case here coming from Mombasa, are you able to show them something here? The concept of tabbing. Are you able to share? Are you able to share your screen? You want to repeat this concept of sum. Na hapo uende pole pole, weka hapo, anza kusema equals, yeah. Equals, anza kutype SU. SU. Endelea kidogo na hiyo sum. Sasa unaona pale, wanafunzi wengi kibaki pale sum ni blue, ataanza ku double click. Hata sasa na miss, why should double click and yet we should have? So please take that thing to sum, and we'll look at sum. We'll look at sum. So I simply want it to tab. You press that button called the tab. So you press tab, it goes up without a double clicking. I don't know whether there is anybody who has been able to follow that. Your concept of tabbing. Is there anybody who has been able to follow this concept of tabbing? Tab. Very, very important concept of tab. TAB. Oh, it's called a slap. Okay. The slap. Oh, it's red label. Great. So when you guys pass this video, you need to go and buy Mwalimu that thing. You need to go and buy you should spoil Mwalimu when you pass the video. It's a promise. That's a promise. So, but I hope the concept is home. This thing of tabbing, you shall never double click things. Because as we progress, a good Excel person shall not be using the mouse. An Excel person should be able to know the Excel shortcut. That's why your topic number 1 is Excel shortcuts. But as you shall do it with the syllabus, Excel shortcuts, as you shall do it with the syllabus, So, ladies and gentlemen, never try Chrome Mwalimu. It can kill, right? I'm just joking. I don't even take it here. I only use those examples there too. I mean, make my class lively. We shall overcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, a good student is asking there whether we can use alt across columns, across rows. Why not? If you have one row, for example, like 20, 30, 40, you simply go there, and in this case here, put your cursor here. And then you say alt equals, alt equals, alt equals. So somebody, I hope you're doing it. My RM student from Mombasa, please share there 20, 30, 40, 20, 30, 40, 20, 30, 40 across. 30 and 30, 40, 50, or somewhere new, 20, 30, 40, 20, 30, 40, 20, 30, 40. All right. And then put the cursor there. And then you should be able to say alt equals. Yeah, you can see it's making alt equals. All right. You can see this video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that I not want my ninjas to be doing, but these are shortcuts you shall be able to know as we progress. They are shortcuts you shall be able to know as we progress. You will get some ninjas. We are given like 3 columns. We are given here like 3 columns. We have here 20, 30, 40. We have here 25, 32, maybe 40 here, maybe 52, maybe 60 there, maybe 70. My student from Mombasa, please copy these columns very fast. Copy these columns very fast. While calculating XNPV, I got an error. I'll be able to address that. Chances are I can cover my student. They're not using a modern Excel 2021 and above, Microsoft Office 365. All right. So please, you must save this. Wait. Yeah, just any figures there, any figures there, any figures there, any figures there. Great. So then I want you to do me a favor. I know what I normally see students doing. So let me demonstrate on the whiteboard here what I normally see some students doing. You will get a student in this case who come and say here equals sum. They copy this, they get an answer here, and then they come and they put this here. This one of dragging, and then they drag this. No, that's a baby step. No. So what I want this student of mine from Mombasa to do, here, the moment you have these 3 columns, what you need to do is simply to come and select these 3, where you want the totals to be. You select them. You highlight those 3. Highlight them like that. My Mombasa student, please demonstrate here. I got a very good student that I'll be teaching this thing. This student is God sent to me. So you highlight those 3, and then you say alt equals. Alt equals. Beautiful. It gives me answers directly for the 3 columns. Yeah, it's confirmed. It's confirmed. No. I love Excel. If I were a young man today, I can't even marry a lady that doesn't know it. I love Excel. Excel has taken me. This Excel has made me to work in the Swedish organization, has taken me international. Because many times I always ensure that at my workplace, I become an Excel champion. Like when they are doing this financial model, I always ensure that I become an Excel. And in this Excel, it has taken me to places where I get jobs, where I'm being paid for Capital Club, like most of these great golf, because of Excel. Never joke with Excel. Never joke with Excel. So is there a ninja who has been able to know this thing, how to do this today? You should be able to dance there. Even me, when I discover anything in Excel, I do it. I wake up even with my size of body and I dance. That's how I get this thing in my mind forever. I have to celebrate. I must celebrate. So is there somebody who has known how to do this? Yeah, you can also control R, but you see that's when you have only the best is this. Alt equals. Alt equals. Great. Yeah, nakuja. Iko jamaa anaendelea wele samta. Iko jamaa anaendelea, mimi nakuja sasa hivi. Minakuja saizi. Minakuja saizi. So admin wants me to pardon. So admin, have you copied this? Have you copied these 3 columns? Have you copied those 3 columns? Have you copied those 3 columns? Thank you very much. So are you able to highlight these three cells? You highlight. You know, you have got 2 classes. You have in this case here let me just try drawing. You have this normal class. Very easy for some of this class. This class, you know, you have got 2 classes. This class is for highlighting. You simply come and click here with this white class, then you should be able to pull this through for the 3. For the 3, you have been able to do that. And once you finish that, then you should be able to come and say alt what here? Alt equals. You should be able to come and say alt equals. You should be able to say alt equals. And then admin, once you get it, please dance. If you're a lady, don't mind that, just dance. I'm waiting for you. Or you share your screen. You can share your screen and see what you're doing. Done. Thank you very much. The other thing that was supposed to, ladies and gentlemen, when you're my student, at times you may get a situation where they want you to get the total for this, and then they want you to get the total for this. Total across the totals across. So in that case, what we'll do, you will come, please, this student of mine from this student of mine, in this case here from Mombasa. Are you able to share your screen again? Are you able to share your screen again and show you something? They want you to get totals across the rows and across. So then what I want this student of mine from Mombasa to do, I want you to move those totals now. Okay. So please write this total somewhere here. Write this total somewhere there. Okay. And then total somewhere there. So please do me a favor. I want you using that white class, you highlight these up to this total. Also, the total will be highlighted. Even this one, you do the highlight like this. You also highlight and so that you go one where you want this total to be put. You go one row down. And also you go here one column. Great. This is a very good student. He has been able to go one row down empty, and then we have one column across. So then you say alt equals. Alt equals. Great. It's even giving me the grand total, you know. I mean, this thing is crazy. 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 How I wish I would get like 50 people just dancing that Mwalimu, you have understood how to do this. Mwalimu, you have understood. You can see this guy is showing me like, ninja, kwani, ninja, oh. By the time you finish BDA, you'll be very. I repeat, I'll be able to repeat. Come again, perfect, great. I'm repeating in 1 minute. In 1 minute, I'm repeating. Oh, we are dancing in our hearts. That is your normal accountant. I love the shortcut practice. You have to really practice. You must practice. You must practice. So I would want, in this case, the student who wants me to repeat, are you able to share your screen? Please, don't fear. Don't fear. Don't fear. Are you able to share your screen? Are you able to share your screen? Are you able to share your screen? This student wants me to repeat. Don't fear. Fear nobody. Fear nobody. Fear nobody. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy has some internet problem. Great. So Nancy sasa vuta hiyo ya 90, vuta ya 90, hiyo row ya 90, 70, vuta yote hiyo. Nasema control, shift, right arrow, unachukua zote, delete. Enda kwa column H as well. All right. So control shift down, delete. So kitu ambacho umepotea kidogo ni hiyo total yako, ningekuwa ningeandika hiyo total kwa D6. Total kwa hata hapo, yes. Yeah. Cut it. We'll cut, paste it there. Out. Control X. Control X, and then you paste the unit in the RAM. Control, like in your exam the other day, they were asking Control V. That's for pasting. Sasa, I go and highlight from 20 there. Highlight from 20 there. Okay. So across, you go up to H. Highlight, you're holding on to. So highlight up to H. Just highlight. I hope you know how to do it with your mouse pad. You simply go one more where you going to put the total, one more step. No. Itajaribu. Hiyo unataka kunini? Ungeanza kutoka mwanzo 20 you pull up to H2. 20 you pull up to H2. No. Yes, hiyo ni G. Hiyo ni G. Unajua kuna mahali nataka kuweka total must always be highlighted as well. No, it can't work. You still start from 20, you go to the end, mpaka H. Mpaka H. Alafu usiwachilie, enda nayo mpaka chini 6. Usiwachilie, enda nayo mpaka, ushawachilia. Ushawachilia. Usiwachilie hivyo. Sasa enda nayo chini mpaka kwa 6. Enda chini, umewachilia. Umewachilia. Usiwachilie mpaka ikiwa vile ya total ya 6. Hapo sasa. Hapo sasa. So sema alt equals. Sasa ni uwezi ukatumia hiyo shortcut ya ku highlight hivyo, because this time round you also want to highlight empty. You want to highlight empty cells. I'm able to show you how to take a shortcut there. But ladies and gentlemen, there is one last thing that I would want to teach you here today. There is one thing that I want to teach you here today before I disappear. There is another group of post-BBA students waiting for me to address. I want to address Kenyans now. Now, as we come to our next class, which will be tomorrow, where I'll be able to show you these XMPVs and IRRs, there are things I would want you to be knowing. So you've gotten here a column, 10, 20, 30, 40. Then you have here 2, 8, 9, 3. So those are independent columns. And then what you want to do is to come and get total here. So perhaps this is price and this is quantity, and you want to get revenue. In quantitative analysis, how do you get revenue? Is there somebody who is able to remind us how we normally get revenue? In quantitative analysis, is there somebody who is able to remind us how we get revenue? And then don't forget, for those students who do not want online, there are students online classes can't work for them. Totally. You can come and find me at Standbank. At Standbank, I can teach you physically where I show you, but most students really will be able to follow you. So they're telling me that the money revenue is price times quantity. So could you kindly copy this price, quantity, price and the quantity, and then you create a column here where you have revenue equals price times quantity. And then you come and put your cursor here. So I would want to multiply this and this. So you come and say equals, you pick this. You say equals, you say you pick this, you say times, you pick this, you pick it. You pick it. Tell me what value you're getting here in Excel. So once you've written, you'll come and say 10, you pick, you say equals, and then you select a value 10 times, you select this second value 2. And then you'll get, in this case, like cell references. And then you say enter. You say enter. What figure are you getting? 20. So once you get this 20, I would want you to go back to this cell. I would want you to go to this cell, back to this cell. Please go back and click on this cell. Go back and click on this cell. Go back and click on this cell. Have you done that? Have you done that? Have you done that? Have you been able to click on that cell? So you'll end up, in this case, you're having this cell highlighted. And once you have that cell highlighted, you see now the next one will be 20 times 8, which is 160. 30 times 9, which is, so I don't want to be doing that. Excel now has mastered this. So then what we need to do, there is this thing of autofilling. There is a house here. You see, we have got two classes. We have this class that we have seen, ladies and gentlemen. This class that looks like this, which in this case, ladies and gentlemen, is a very useless thing. It is only used for highlighting this class. This class. And then we have an out of field class, which is quite like this. This is out of field. The one that you will get when you bring this class, when you bring it here, you will get an out of field sign. So this guy, RM, are you able to share your screen for the very last time tonight? Are you able to share your screen for the very last time tonight? Please share your screen for the very last time tonight. For the very last time tonight. RM. RM. So in this case, what RM is doing here is copying there. He's copying there. He's copying the price versus what here? Quantities. You can use your own. Yeah, Angry Rabbit. You can use your own price and the quantity. So now he's looking for revenue. How do we get revenue? Revenue equals, you can write inside the revenue equals price times quantity. So you can see equals, he's picking the first price there, which is 20. Times, I hope you'll be able to see now, times this 30. Enter, or control enter. Even my footballer, I say control enter. So you can see now it is 600 there. Now you can see the plus that he has there is the white hair. That is not a very good plus. It's only used for highlighting. I would want you to take that thing to the house where it will be, where it will change, like now that plus like that. Ladies and gentlemen, this now is an angry rabbit. If I just drop his screen just 1 minute, we normally say, ladies and gentlemen, that this is an angry rabbit, which is a very, very powerful thing. When you bring it to its house here, an angry rabbit, you have to bring it to its cage. For it to be black. It becomes black. So it is black and angry rabbit. And a black and angry rabbit, the only way out if you want it to run down and throw the line, you need to hit it twice from its behind. So you get a very good stick and hit it from behind. So how do we hit it? Using the double click. So in this case here, when it is here, like this class, you simply double click, then be able to fill for you, even if it's 1,000,000 rows. Angry rabbits. So is there somebody who has been able to apply that thing of a black plus and double clicked? And double clicked. Is there somebody who has been able to do that? And double clicked. Is there somebody who has been able to do that? And double clicked. And double clicked. And double clicked. And double clicked. Yeah, you can share that is the last one now we are doing. You put there and you double click. Yeah, it's an angry rabbit. You hit it twice. Thank you very much. Angry rabbit. So today, when you go outside there and meet your spouse, meet your kid, firstborn kid, tell your firstborn kid that you've known how to handle an angry rabbit. You shall hit it twice. From where? From behind, like this, and they shall be able to move and give you all the answers perfectly. All the answers perfectly. So then, gentlemen, it has been quite a journey, and I'm looking forward to meet you guys tomorrow to continue with this. It's my joy to know that you are really, because you may not have understood everything, but you are really struggling to understand. You're not going away empty-handed. You have understood a few things here and there. And you have made a resolution that you're going to become Dr. Aura's what here? BDA students. So from next day, tomorrow, I expect to get like over 50 of you registering to become my BDA students. And you'll be able to get nothing but the very best. So remember, this is our number, 0793 555 1000. 0793 555 1000. 0793 555 1000. So that is it. And I can see Lindsay trying to share here. At least Lindsay, you've known how to share. That's a step forward, you know. That's a step forward. Really. But now the other ninjas, you can only say, the class was very interesting. Thank you very much, Steven. Very interesting. Looking forward to making this time. You should be able to pass. No, I only teach evening, but also early morning we have got very competent teachers. Here at RCM, of course, you guys have come a long journey with us. We don't have like mediocre teachers around. You should be able to feel free, in this case here, to go to any class. But if you want entertainment, it's called edutainment. Edutainment, then you join my classes. If you like entertainment, if you like entertainment, if you like entertainment, then you join my classes. I will be able to show you a sheet of that. Timetable, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 to 10. But now we are introducing a Thursday session. A Thursday session, I'll tell you how. From this week, we'll have a Thursday session. Thank you so much. Hi, from KG. KG is where? Kajedo, I don't know, KG. Yeah, evening. Evening, we are overcoming. KG, I don't know what KG means. What does KG stand for? This lady called the evening of work. Yeah, Friday one, only tax like that. This class is a bomb. I mean, I wish I would screenshot this. I take it to my Facebook. This class is a bomb. That's very. Dasinda Mana na Kili. Oh, I don't know. Oh, umeanza kuongea kimada tongue. Nini? Hivi, na Gibson. Wacheni mchezo. Wacheni mchezo. Mwingine Linda Mugoya amesema sare kabisa. Crown of cows. Hawa wamepatana hawa Costa hawa. Thank you. All the best. Good night. Bye.